91% of casino visitors sit in the wrong zone first. This isn't luck. This isn't coincidence. This is design. Before we go further, answer this. Have you ever walked into a casino and felt drawn to a certain area without knowing why? Comment yes or no right now. I've spent years analyzing casino floor layouts, slot placement strategies, and behavioral engineering reports that casinos don't want you to read. What I'm about to share comes from internal documents, former floor managers, and psychological studies commissioned by the industry itself. This is not theory. This is how the system actually works. Most players believe casino floors are arranged randomly. Rows of machines, tables scattered around, lights everywhere. It all looks chaotic. That's the point. Casinos want you to think it's random because the moment you realize it's engineered, you start seeing the invisible hand guiding your choices, and that hand is always pushing you toward the wrong zone first. The wrong zone is not about luck, it's about profit margin. It's about where you lose faster, where you stay longer, where your emotions override your logic. And the casino knows exactly how to get you there. Every square foot of a casino floor is mapped. Every machine placement is calculated. Every pathway is designed to guide you towards specific decisions. And the first decision they want you to make is sitting in the wrong zone. Because once you sit there, the game is already over. The first zone you encounter is never the best zone. Walk into any major casino and pay attention. The machines near the entrance are designed for one thing: visibility. They're loud, they're bright, they celebrate wins constantly. You hear bells, you see flashing lights, you watch someone win $50 and scream, "This is theater. This is bait." These machines are set to pay out small amounts frequently, just enough to create noise, just enough to make you think winning is happening all around you. But the payout percentages on these machines are lower than the ones deeper inside. The casino doesn't hide this. They just don't advertise it. The entrance zone exists to emotionally prime you, to make you feel like the entire floor is hot, to get you excited before you even sit down. And it works. Because most people don't walk past it. They see the action and they bite. They sit down in the first available seat, they start feeding money into a machine that's statistically designed to take more than it gives. And they do it willingly, because the environment told them this was the right choice. Casino designers call this the threshold effect. The first impression sets the emotional tone for your entire visit. If you hear winning in the first 30 seconds, your brain releases dopamine before you even touch a machine. You're primed, you're hooked, and you haven't spent a single dollar yet. Casinos design foot traffic like water through a funnel. Every pathway, every aisle, every turn is calculated. The machines placed along these pathways are not there by accident. They're there because you will pass them. And when you pass them, you will see someone playing. You will see the screen, you will see the animations. These machines are also set to a lower return to player percentage. Why? Because they don't need to pay as much to attract players. The location does the work. You're already walking by, you're already looking. The machine doesn't need to win you over with better odds. It just needs to look appealing for 3 seconds. That's all it takes. Casinos call this the impulse zone. It's where spontaneous decisions happen, where someone walking to the restroom suddenly sits down and loses $200 in 15 minutes. This is not random, this is placement science. Internal studies show that machines along main pathways generate 30% more revenue per square foot than machines in quiet corners, not because they pay more, but because they're seen more, and visibility converts to plays. Every single time. The casino doesn't need you to plan to play these machines. They just need you to walk past them. Your brain does the rest. Now here's where it gets darker. Casinos studied how people choose where to sit, and they found something disturbing. People choose comfort over probability. They choose familiarity over logic. So the casino builds comfort into the wrong zones. The machines near the entrance have better chairs, wider aisles, more space, better lighting. They feel safer. They feel more social. And because of that, players sit there first. They don't realize they're trading comfort for a statistical disadvantage. The casino does, and they profit from that trade every single day. The zones with better return to player percentages are often tucked away, quieter, less flashy, harder to find. Not because the casino is hiding them, but because they want you to work for them. They want you to walk past 20 bad machines before you find one good one. And most people don't walk that far. They sit in the first comfortable spot they see, and that spot was designed to feel comfortable for exactly that reason. To stop you from exploring, to stop you from searching, to lock you in place where the house edge is highest. This is environmental psychology at its finest. The casino doesn't force you to sit anywhere. They just make the worst choice feel like the best one. Casinos use psychological anchoring to lock you into the wrong zone. Once you sit down, you're less likely to move. Even if you're losing, even if the machine feels cold, even if logic tells you to walk away. Why? Because moving feels like admitting defeat. It feels like giving up, and humans hate that feeling. So the casino knows this. They know that the first place you sit is probably where you'll stay. That's why they engineer the entrance zones to be so appealing, because if they can get you to sit in the wrong zone first, you'll likely stay there. You'll keep feeding the machine. You'll convince yourself it's about to hit. You'll fall into the sunk cost fallacy, and the casino will drain you dry before you even realize what happened. Behavioral studies confirm this pattern. Players who move machines within the first 10 minutes have a 20% better session outcome on average, not because they found a hot machine, but because they didn't anchor themselves to a losing position early. They stayed flexible. They stayed aware. But most players don't move. They anchor, and the casino profits from that psychological paralysis every single hour of every single day. This is not gambling. This is behavioral engineering. The machines in the wrong zone use variable reward schedules designed to maximize your time on device. They give you small wins early, just enough to keep you engaged, just enough to make you think you're on a streak. Then they go cold, but not cold enough to make you quit, just cold enough to make you chase. The better machines, deeper in the casino, have different schedules. They pay less frequently, but in larger amounts. They don't hook you emotionally, they reward patience. But most players never reach them, because the wrong zone got them first. Variable reward schedules are the same mechanism that makes social media addictive, that makes gambling addictive, that makes any behavior with unpredictable rewards addictive. The brain can't resist it, and casinos have perfected the formula. The entrance machines use rapid reward cycles, small wins every few spins, just enough to keep your hand moving, just enough to keep you pressing the button. You're not winning. You're being conditioned, and by the time you realize it, you've already spent more than you planned. The wrong zones are designed to be crowded. Casinos know that humans are social creatures. We follow the herd. We trust the crowd. If we see other people playing in a certain area, we assume it's a good area. We assume those people know something we don't. But those people are sitting there for the same reason you are. Because the casino guided them there, because the design made it feel like the right choice, because the entrance trap worked on them too. Casinos intentionally create clustering in low payout zones. They make those areas feel popular, feel active, feel like the place to be, and players interpret that popularity as validation, as proof that this is where the action is. It's not. It's where the profit is, for the casino. Let me ask you something. Which of these 6 points hit you the hardest? Was it the entrance trap, the comfort illusion, the anchor effect? Type the number in the comments. I want to know which one you've experienced without realizing it. Here's what makes this system so effective. It doesn't rely on force, it relies on choice. You choose where to sit. You choose when to play. You choose how much to spend. But the environment is engineered to guide those choices in one direction, toward the casino's advantage. This is called environmental determinism. The space shapes the behavior. The layout influences the decision. The sounds and lights and crowds create a psychological current, and most people don't even feel it pulling them. Casinos study loss aversion. They study dopamine triggers. They study decision fatigue. They know that after walking through the bright entrance and hearing the noise and seeing the crowds, your brain is already compromised. You're not thinking clearly. You're not calculating odds. You're reacting emotionally, and emotional decisions are always more profitable for the house. The wrong zone is designed to exploit that emotional state. It's designed to catch you while you're vulnerable, while you're excited, while you're hopeful, before logic kicks in. And once you're sitting there, the machine takes over. It uses near misses to keep you engaged. It uses sound effects to trigger dopamine hits. It uses bonus rounds to create the illusion of control, all while mathematically draining your bankroll at a rate you can't perceive in real time. The average player in the wrong zone loses 30% faster than a player in a neutral zone, not because the machines are rigged, but because the environment amplifies every psychological weakness, every cognitive bias, every emotional trigger. You're not just playing against the house edge, you're playing against 100 years of behavioral research, against teams of psychologists, against millions of dollars in testing and optimization. And the casino has home field advantage. This is not gambling. This is a system built on human psychology. And it works because most people never realize they're inside it. Let me be clear about something. Knowing this does not guarantee you will win. It does not give you an edge over the house. The casino still has a mathematical advantage on every machine, every table, every game. But what this knowledge does is simple. It stops you from making the worst decisions first. It stops you from sitting in the zones designed to drain you fastest. It gives you awareness, and awareness is the only real defense you have. You will not beat the casino with this information, but you will stop the casino from beating you blindly. You will stop walking into traps designed to exploit your emotions. You will stop choosing comfort over probability without realizing the cost. This is not a hack. This is not a loophole. This is simply understanding the game behind the game. It's knowing that the casino floor is not neutral territory. It's a battlefield, and every inch of it is designed to give the house an advantage. The smart player doesn't try to beat the system. The smart player understands the system and uses that understanding to make better choices, to avoid the worst traps, to play with eyes open instead of closed. That's the difference between a gambler and a player. A gambler reacts. A player observes. Now here's the question. Do you want me to go deeper? Do you want part 2, where I break down the zoning map that casinos use internally, where I show you how to identify the high-return zones just by reading the floor layout, where I revealed the color coding system that floor managers use to track machine performance? If you want that, comment the word system right now. If I see enough demand, I'll release it. But understand, the next layer is darker than this one, because once you see the full blueprint, you can never unsee it. You'll walk into every casino knowing exactly what they're doing, exactly where they want you to go, and exactly how to avoid it. Most players never realize they lost the game before they sat down. They think the machine beat them. They think luck wasn't on their side. They don't realize the casino beat them the moment they walked through the entrance and chose the wrong zone first. And that's exactly how the system is designed to work. Invisible, seamless, profitable. 91% of visitors sit in the wrong zone first, not because they're unlucky, not because they're careless, but because the casino spent millions engineering that outcome, because every sight and sound and pathway was designed to guide them there, because the wrong choice was made to feel like the right one. This is only the surface. The deeper system is even darker, and if you're ready to see it, you know what to do.